Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Cutter Dive. Welcome you to yet another In the Pocket Bowling thing from 2007. We're doing this thing. We're going to make sure that the dice are visible. Single match, 2007. Today we will have 4 matchups for you in this thing. We'll have Mike Wolf go head to head with Jack. Did we do Jerk? No, we didn't do Jerk. Jack Jurek. I know there's a so we're gonna go Wolf versus Jurek. Wolf, a righty 216 average. Jack Jurek, 216 average as a righty as well. So let's see what happens. Wolf, first frame is a 141, a 7-2. So the 4-1-1, he pulls a 7-2. Wolf, if he gets three of a kind, he gets a 7 and a spare. Jurek, a 9 and a spare. Jurek, first ball is a 266. Pair 6 is back one frame, but come on, he scores 14. That's an X. That's a strike. Second frame is a 5-6-2, so that's 13. That's a strike. So 2 strikes on him. Wolf throws a 4-3-4-5, and that's a K. That's 12 points. Next frame, third frame, is a 4-4-1, so that's 9. That's a 9 spare, meaning that he made 9, and then he gets a spare to add on. Jack Jurek throws a 3-1-3. He does not get the third straight strike. He gets a spare though, so he gets 7 points. So that's 27 for the first frame, 20 for the second frame. Will strike spare, and the third frame just add on the spare. That's worth 10 points. 1-3-1, so that's a 9, and a spare. The 3-1-1 makes him 9 spares, so that's good for him. Gets him 19 points on 3. Wolf on 4. It's a 6-2-2, so that's a strike on him. That's 10 points. Double twos don't mean anything in this game for him. Just adds on your score. Fifth frame is a 6-5-2, 13. That's a K for Wolf. Nicely done. 1-5 for Jurek. It's a 6-2-5 strike. So Jurek getting it. He's got 86 through 4. Wolf, of course, has a pair of strikes to work off of for his score for the sixth frame. Jurek throws a 3-4-4. So that's 11. That's a K. So that's his second straight strike. Out. And now Mike Wolf. A 1-2-2. So that's not good. That's a 5. That's a 7-2. So that means that's an open frame for 104 through 6. So not bad, but unfortunately for him, he's got an open frame. 7. He throws a 3-6. That's also a 7-2. Well, that's 15 normally, but a pair of sixes means back one frame, meaning it's what your score is on the previous frame, which was the 6, and that was a 7-2. Jurek on 7. And a 5-6-4. Great job. That's a turkey. That's gobble gobble, and that's going to be a good score for him. Probably on 8. He throws a 2-3-4, gets a 9 spare. So he's got 165 through 7. So that means 29 points on 6, strike 9, and then 19 points for 7. On 8. Wolf throws a 1-4-1. That's another open frame. So 3 open frames in a row for Wolf. That's practically game over for him. I mean, how do you win a match with 3? Well, 4 open frames on 9. He throws a 5-3-2. That's a strike. But Jurek is working off of a good score. He throws a 6-3-5. That's a strike. So 185 through 8. He's throwing pretty good for himself. Jurek basically can ice it. Oh, we can change it. So Wolf knows he's done for. So he throws a 1-3-6. Then a 2-3-3. So 170 is his final score. So Jurek is definitely winning. Question now is, will he get to 200? He throws a 4-1-2. That's a spare 205. So I think, well, it's 2-1 something because there's no way he's going to throw less than 5. The last ball is a 2-1-5. He gets 8. Not bad at 223. Oh, 223. Yeah, 205. Oh, okay, 18 points. So 223. So that's a good score. That's a pretty good score to move on. But remember, points, the score does matter to determine who you get in the round of 16 and all that. So Jurek throws a 223. So Wolves 170. Ronnie Russell will get the call for the thing. Ronnie Russell and where's Jurek? And Mitch Beasley. Yeah, so Russell and Beasley will be next on the card. Ronnie Russell, 213 as a righty. Beasley, 215 as a righty as well. So these two guys will be getting some exposure. Ronnie Russell throws a 3-6-3. That's 12. That's a strike for Russell. Mitch Beasley throws a 3-6-6. Unfortunately for him, that is a well, it's a 15, but because it's a pair of sixes, he backs one frame. But his three of a kind, they give him a three of a kind, so it's 7-2 offsuit. Second frame throws a 3-4-4, so that's 11. That's a K for usually Russell. Throws a 4-1-2, that's a spare. 7 points, so that's a spare. He gets 20 points for the first frame. Working off of a spare. And it's 2-2-3, that's 7. So Russell can't believe his luck. So he only got 17 points for the second, and then spare on 3. Beasley throws a 1-2-3. Maybe I'm gonna make you mine. Sorry, PC replay baseball thing. But anyway, that's strike number 2. He's working off of another strike. And it's a 1-3-5. He couldn't get the turkey when he needed to. So that's a 9 spare, which means that we got 9 and then he gets a spare. So 20 points on 3. On 4. Russell throws a 2-3-5. That's a 10. That's a strike. So that's a big strike for him. On to 5. He throws 2-1-2, which is not good. And it's bad because that's an open frame for Russell. His first open frame of the match. Beasley throws a 2-4-6. 2-4-6-8. Who do we appreciate? Go strike. So Beasley will have the lead because he's working off of strike on 5. On the 6, a 1-2-3, baby. I'm gonna make you mine. That is a strike. Because 6 other is a strike. Russell. 2-5-3. That's a strike on him, so that's good for him. On to 7. 5-2-5, double 5s, which is back 2 frames. So that means his score on the 5th frame is what he goes up with, and it's an open frame, so that's 113 for him. On to 7 for Beasley. It is a 2-6-1. That's only 9 points, so that's not a strike. That's a spare. 127 through 6, though. That's pretty good. On to 8. Off of the spare, 4-5-6. Gotta get your kicks. That's a strike, baby. He's at 147 through 7, so he's up by 30 points right now. Russell throws a 5-2-6. That's a strike. That's good. On to 9. He throws a 6-3-5. That's a strike, so he's got 2 strikes to work with. Beasley throws a 5-2-4, so he's got a pair of strikes. But he's, I think, winning by a lot. So Russell, they're going to tell Russell, you throw the 10th. So Russell will throw the 10th, and he'll throw a 1-6-3. That's a strike. That's a turkey. Gobble, gobble. Up to 143 through 8. Next, he throws a 3-4-5. That's 12. That's a strike. So now he needs another strike. 4-5-5. That's a strike. Pair of 5s, back 2 frames. Well, that's a strike on 8. So that's 203 for him. So Russell throws a 203. Now Beasley on 10. Throws a 3-3-6. That's a strike. And I think that's game over for him. Yeah, I think that is game over for Russell. Beasley throws a 4-5-4. He gets a strike. 207 through 9. So basically that's all she wrote for Russell. Beasley, what can he finish with? 6-3-4. He throws 5 in a row. That's a 237 for Beasley. That's a pretty good score. Only 3 guys have done better than him. But yeah, Beasley throws a 237. Here, Russell throws a 203. Not bad. I mean, when you have the fact that Wallenbecker threw a 183 and Tomac threw a 194 and still won, it's impossible to know that Russell throws a 203 and will lose because, you have to win. So Beasley throws a 237. One open frame. That was the first. He basically put up strikes like there was no tomorrow. I bet he could have thrown a 250 and all that. But yeah, Schaefer's 287 and Bones 266 are hard to get. But yeah, Schaefer. So Beasley gets a 237. That's not bad. He'll move on. Todd Book will go next in line, and it will be Curtis Woods, and it'll be Curtis Woods Jr. who will come in. So Book versus Woods. Pitcher not available. I really wanted to see a pitcher, but yeah, Book 212 as a righty, Woods 210 as a righty. So those two guys will go toe to toe. That's what they said. They'll get these guys some exposure. Book first frame throws a double six and a one. That's 13. That would normally be 13 for a strike, but pair six is back one frame. But they said that because it was a six, they made it look that way. Anyway, Woods throws a 1-3-6. That's a strike. So Curtis Woods throws a strike on to two. And it's a 2-2-6 for Woods. That's 10. That's enough for him to get in. Todd Book throws a 4-4-5. That's a strike. On to three. 1-2-6. That's a spare. So 20, 40, 40 through two. On to three. 2-3-5. That's 10. That's a strike. So Curtis Woods puts up 3 straight strikes to start the day. Gobble gobble. On to four. He throws a 3-1-5. He does not get the magical 10. He misses by 1 point. That would have been a strike. Now Book, can you do something? And he throws a 5-2-1 for a spare. So spare, working out the spare on 5 and 1-1-6. So a pair of that's 8. Yeah, the 6-1. The 6-1-1 is an open frame, an 8-1 open frame, so it looks bad for Book. Woods on 5. Throws 6-2-2. That is a 10. That's a strike. So he's got 99 through 4 and a strike on 5. So he's working off of that strike. And it's a 4-3-1. That's a spare. So 119 through 5. That's pretty impressive. Book on 6. Throws a 6-6-3 double sixes. Unfortunately, that means you have to go back a frame, and that's an open frame. That would have been a strike, but pair of sixes back one frame. So Book throws the double sixes, which is not good because now he's got open frame and basically he's done for. 7. He throws a 1-2-4. That's a spare. We'll be working off that. Woods throws a 5-4-4. That's 13, and that's a K for him. 139 through 6 on 8. 4-3-2-1. Well, that's a spare. 159 through 7 now. 20 points on the 7 on 8. Book throws a 1-2-3, and he'll spare. So 18 points on the 7th. Spare plus 8 means 18, and then he'll work off the spare on his own account. On 9. 3 double sixes. So that's a double six means back one frame. It means what was the last frame, and that was an 8 spare. So that's 18 on him. 130. What's on 9? Throws a 2 double six. So double six means back one frame. So his score on the 8th, 178. So Book, I think, is going to be forced to throw, and he does, a 5-3-2, so that's a strike. Yeah, he definitely isn't going to win because 30 points. Yeah, Book can't win. He throws a 1-2-3, and he throws a 170, which isn't half bad, but Woods is going to crush it. Woods, I think, is going to have a 200. But what's the next digit's going to be? Throws a 4-3-6. That's a strike. That's 198. So that's 208 right now. That's 10 points. He throws a 3-4-2, and then he just means that's a 218. That's a 218 for Curtis Woods. Not the best score in the world, but he crushes Todd Book like a grape, and Woods wins. So 218. So that's not bad by Woods. Not the best I've seen, but anyway, 218. That's enough for Woods to move on to the round of 16. All right. The legend Pete Weber is going next, and he will face Tommy Joe. Deluxe. Let's go to Deluxe. I'm gonna go with Deluxe. Yeah, I want Mika, but I think Mika's a top seed. So Weber will face Pete Weber. The legend will face Tommy Deluxe. Weber a 221 and ready, and yes, of course, he's that bowler who. But that's right. I'm the man. after making a strike and making the weirdest. Delette's a 218. He's a righty. So if anyone gets 3 of a kind, Weaver and Delette's. P. Weber, first frame is a 653, and he puts a K on the board. I'm hoping he wins. Here's Delette's. He throws a 5-2-5, double fives, meaning back 2 frames, and then he gets a 7 split because his score was a 7, I guess. Delette's on 2. He throws a 3-3-6, that's 12. That's a strike for Delette's. Here's Weaver. He throws a 6, double 3, so that's 12. That's a strike for Weber. 103. He throws a 3-4-1, and Weaver does not get a strike. I was hoping he would get a strike. Schaefer, I think, has been the closest to a perfect game. Here's Delette's. He throws a 1-2-6, that's 9 points, and that's going to be a spare. So 40 through 2. Breaking off the spare, he throws a double 5-2, that's a strike. 12 points is a strike. Well, back 2 frames, that's a strike anyway. So yeah, he strikes anyway. Weaver throws a 1-4-4, that's a 9. That is a 9 spare, so that's 67 through 3. Weaver on 5, and that is 6-5-4, 3-2-1. That's a K on the board for 5. Delette's. Throws, and he throws a 1-4-2, so he gets a spare. 80 now through 4, but he has work off of spare. Weaver works through a strike. On the 6, Delette's throws a 6-1-6, so that means it's the same score as the 5 because of frame 5 because that's a double 6. He's got 97 through 5. Weaver throws a 1-4-2. That's a 7. That's a spare 7 points. So 107 through 5. So he's got something going for him. 1-7. 6-2-6. That is going to be 14. That would be a strike, but it's a pair of 6s. So back 1 frame. So it goes to 6. Delette's throws a 6-2-5. That's a K on the board. He's only down by 7. There's 8. It's 2-1-5. That's a spare for 137. Weaver throws a 2-3-5. That's 10. That's enough for a strike. So he's up by 7 through 7. Under 9. He throws a 1-3-1. So that's a spare of 9. So 164 through 8. Gets that. Delette's throws a 1-3-3. That's a spare. He's only down by 10. He's working off of a spare. On to 10. He throws a 6-2-2. That's a K. So that's good for him. 174. Second ball is a 3-5-2. That's a strike. Now his third ball is a 3-6-6. That's a strike. 204. So that's not a bad score. Weaver, I don't know how he's going to score. Throws a 2-2-4. That's a spare. I think that's it. Yeah, it is it. He needed a strike. Delette's will win. Yeah, Delette's is going to win because Weaver's best score spare. If he throws a strike, that's 202. He throws a 5-6-3. That's a strike, and that would be enough. And that's a 202. But Delette's throws a 204. Delette's with the turkey at 10. That helped out Weber. Probably needed a strike to ice the game against Delette's, but he didn't. And Delette's wins 204, 202. What a win for Delette's over Pete Weber. And that will do it. Delette's beats Weber. That's a shocker in my book. And yeah, it was actually tight. I don't think there were no open frames. This is a rarity. We had a game that nobody got an open frame. Everyone spared or strict. We were through 5 Ks. Delette's through 6 strikes. And that was enough for Delette's to win 204, 202. You had to work off your spares. But yeah, no open frames for anybody. And it's weird how Delette's has a 204 with no open frames. And Woods had a few open frames and had a 218 in the last matchup. But yeah, Pete Weber has been dethroned by Tommy Delette's. Big win. But remember, the points will matter who you face in the round of 32. Round 16. Our final 4 matches of the round 16 will happen next time. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.